Good afternoon and welcome to the January 8th edition of Success by Association Live. This issue is sponsored by Twin City Quarter. We thank them for their steadfast support of AENC. Today's article was written by John Camp and is reprinted with permission. The article is titled, 7 Ways to Use Communications to Make 2020 Your Best Year Yet. Happy New Year. I know that was a week ago and you're ready to move on, so am I. That's why this article is so important. This will give you a handful of actionable ways to make it a happy new year by becoming an even better communicator. At Campsite Strategies, it's my business to know what's working when it comes to communication methods. We all know it's constantly shifting landscape, but we can peer through the settling dust to understand what the most successful campaigns are doing right to earn eyeballs, accolades, and engagement. With that in mind, here are 7 things you can do to give your communications effort a shot in the arm to make 2020 the best year yet for you and your clients. 1. Expand your social media footprint. Depending on where you are on the social media spectrum, you can take this in any number of directions. It may mean getting to know and getting known on a new platform. Are you on Instagram, TikTok? It may mean committing to a more engaged engagement strategy. It may mean starting a new podcast or a blog and using that as the grist for new social growth. There are always ways to expand on social, and there are hundreds of reasons to try at least one of them in 2020. 2. Make a new friend in the media. Story placement and earned media is still largely a relationship-driven game. An editor at a local paper recently told me that the lion's share of his stories are sourced by people he knows. I was a reporter for 20 years before starting my company, and I can confirm that he is absolutely right. News deciders are far more likely to give consideration to stories sourced by people they know and trust than random outsiders. So get to know people in the news. Pick a reporter you know and respect. Find out the name of the assignment manager at your favorite TV news station. If you like a line-by-line paper, call the person or reach out on social. Tell them who you are and why you're interested in meeting. Read to better understand how they get their stories and what drives stories in the market. Odds are they'll be happy to make time for a coffee. 3. Commit to your own professional growth. This could mean anything from getting a new certification or degree or joining Toastmasters and becoming a better speaker. We all hit plateaus in our professional and personal lives. This year, sign up for something that will help you jump a level. And here's a tip. Actually sign up. It's a great way to make sure you follow through. Once you put your money where your mind is, you'll be amazed how easy it is to follow through. 4. Do more with your social media metrics. If you don't track your metrics, start. If you already do, get better at it. Learn what more you can do to make those data points work for you. There's a wide spectrum of data analysis, and it's all helpful. Whether you're just beginning to tap into that wealth of information or you're already tracking your numbers and know what they're telling you, you can do more. And the more you do, the more it will drive up your margins. Take this seriously and take time in 2020 to do more with data. 5. Communicate more visually. Whatever platform you use to communicate with everyone from your discrete audience to the world writ large, make them all more visual this year. It's evident everywhere you look, and almost certainly it shows up in your own behavior. Pictures and video drive our interest. In the ever-shifting communications landscape, one thing we can say with certainty is that visual content has emerged a victor. But because of this proliferation, the competition for what captures us has ballooned. That means your content must also be compelling. Whether you're adding digital content to emails, social media, blogs, or something else, that probably means using at least a basic editing app most of the time. Be selective in what visuals you use, but use this critical tool more frequently this year. You will be rewarded in eyeballs and engagement. Try something new. This sounds like something you might find in a fortune cookie, but go with me here. We all get into routines. Think back on how you used communication in 2019. Take note of the methods you use and generate interest and attention from news outlets and others, and then ask yourself, what's not on the list? Did you host a press event? Do you organize a conference? Are you putting out a weekly email newsletter? Did you organize a promotional campaign? Odds are, if you don't make a concerted effort to expand your horizons, you'll keep on doing what you've been doing. So add something new to the list this year and see if it works. 7. Undergo a communications audit. This is a process, but it can produce eye-opening and potentially transformative results. A comms audit gets under the hood of your shop's communication efforts, looks around, and shines a light on the good, the bad, and the ugly. It can be painful depending on what turns up, but it could also offer the kind of clarity that leads to better communication making and bigger profits. You can hire a firm like ours to help you do communications audit, or you can do it yourself. But if you go it alone, have a plan going in. Its effectiveness is contingent on its rigor and thoroughness. Campsite just released a new ebook that offers the tools to create the plan and hundreds of other tips, messaging success, and media coverage. You can download a free version of Communications Breakdown, a free guide for communications professionals, at www.campsitestrategies.com. That concludes the article. Please join us at the AENC Winter Conference January 30th through 31st to see John Camp moderate the CEO Power Panel at the Raleigh Marriott Crabtree Valley. Thanks, and we hope you have a great day.